welcome back to my channel. My name is Janae. If you guys are new here, I do videos about nursing and life as a new mom. So today in particular, I wanted to talk about negotiating your pay as a new nurse. I know this subject is a little tricky for some people. That's why I wanted to share some tips as well as my experience with this. So first thing, you need to do your research. You need to know what the going rate is for your job in that type of facility. So you need to go do a search and type in whatever your position is, LPN, RN, etc. And you need to also look at what type of facility, because that does make a difference as well. So let's just say you want to work at a nursing home. You would type in average LPN pay at a nursing home, and it'll give you a range. So for me, I would try to aim for somewhere near the middle, especially if you're a new nurse. Now, and the reason I say that, some people may say no, start low, but why start low? You can start in the middle and see what the person is willing to offer you. So, because usually the highest amount is for people with more experience. So, once you have an idea of how much people are making that do the same job as you, then you have that background knowledge and you already know like what you can get pretty much. Next thing is go to a place that has a high demand, because this will help you be able to negotiate even more. If these people have a desperate need for nurses, they're more than likely going to pay you higher than what some place that is fully staffed would offer you. So look for places that are like trying to hire right away, that are offering bonuses and things like that. Next thing you want to do to be able to negotiate your pay is to have skills and learn new ones. So for instance, if you know how to start IVs and you're really good at that, that's something that you can use to get more money. Any type of skill you need to be putting on your resumes, and you need to use those as negotiation points, because especially as an LPN, like if you have certain skills, it will put you way above everybody else, okay? And don't be afraid to put that on their resume and point it out to them, so you will have your support as to why you need more money. If you have a part of your facility or a floor that has patients that are critical or anything like that, do not shy away from working on those floors, because that is how you keep your skills and how you learn new ones. You want to be able to work with trach patients, you want to be able to work with feeding tubes, you want to be able to work with whoever. And the more experience you have and the more diverse you are as a nurse, the more buying power you have. So make sure you learn those skills. So once you get into a job and you get the amount that you asked for and you start working, so let's say 6 months go by and you decide, hey, y'all are working me really hard, and you may feel like you deserve a little bit more money. Do not, and I repeat, do not be afraid to ask for more money. The worst thing that they can do is say no. So why not just ask? So if you feel like you're being overworked, go mosey on down to that DON's or administrator office and talk to them and say, hey, I'm putting in a lot of hours here. I work very hard. I've been loyal to you guys, and I just wanted to know what you think about maybe giving me a raise. And I know it may be scary for some people to do this. Like, I was so scared to ask for my first raise, but I mean, all they can do is say no. And guess what? I got a raise the first time that I asked. I waited 8 months after I got hired at a position, and I noticed that I was working there and I was staying. Like, nurses were coming and going, like, and I noticed that I was still there. I was working hard. So I was like, hey, I feel like I need an extra little compensation for this. And something else that I wanted to talk about, sometimes people may like lowball you. So when I first got to my facility, I was fresh out of school, didn't know anything, didn't do any research, and I asked for $20 an hour. And the DON at that time was like, well, we can only offer you $19, and the shift diff will be an extra dollar, so you'll pretty much be making the $20, because if you work second shift, you get an extra dollar. So, you know, me being new to this and naive, I'm like, okay, cool, that's fine. And so after 8 months of working, I just noticed like how tough working at this particular facility was, and I kind of saw why nurses were coming and going. And also, I had asked around, and I found out like I was one of the lowest paid nurses there, and I was not having that. I was like, no, not for all this work that I'm doing. So I went down there and I asked, and I said what I told you guys, and they gave me a raise. Simple as that. And also, another thing that you need to make sure is happening is your annual reviews. So every year that you work as a nurse, they should be doing a review and they should be giving you a pay raise. Some facilities it's cents, some facilities it's a dollar, like a dollar amount. So just look into that. And the reason I say that is because sometimes if you don't say anything, they'll let that year go by and your pay will still be the same, and you'll never even think to ask for it. And if your review passes, you need to ask them for back pay from the time that you were supposed to get the review. So say you started in March, and then March comes and nobody has done your review, and you get your review in June or July. They need to pay you that back pay from May to July. Now, some people may not care, but me, I want all my money. I want to be compensated for the time. And you will learn very quickly as a nurse, you will want all your money, because it is not easy work. It is rewarding work, but it is not easy work. Okay, so those are my main tips for negotiating your money as a new nurse. Remember, do not be afraid, ask, know your worth.